Welcome to the Furlongs and Horses Breeders' Cup series. My name is Rachel, and I'm your host. You can find me at my regular blog, which is at furlongdrive.blogspot.com, or at Road to the Cup, which is at roadtothecupblog.blogspot.com. Today's videos, and yes, I'm saying videos, is on the two big Arlington races that are going to be held on Saturday, the Beverly D and the Arlington Million. This is going to be a preview for the Beverly D, which is at 1.316 on turf. It is a win and you're in for the filly and mare turf. There is a field of 11 going in the race. So let's go ahead and take a look at them. Number 1 is Just the Judge. She'll be ridden by Jamie Spencer, and Charles Hills is her trainer. This is going to be her U.S. debut, and she was third in the Pretty Polly in her last, and then before that she was third again in the Princess Elizabeth. Both of those races were to Thistlebird, who I'm not sure if she is planning to come over for the Breeders' Cup this year, but could be a big factor should she come over. Has faced Sky Lantern, who has come over to the U.S. in the past, and she won the Irish 1000 guineas last year. I don't think she's going to be a major contender here. Europeans do have a lot of success, of course, in the Beverly D, the Secretariat, and the Arlington Million. But I don't think she is the type of horse who could do well here in the U.S. At least at Arlington, maybe at Santa Anita. We'll have to see. Number 2 is Euro Charlene. Ryan Moore will ride for Marco Bodie. She's by my boy Charlie. Third in the Coronation, which an American was in, and then won the Valiant after that. This is also her U.S. debut. She has American connections, so there is a chance that she could be staying here. And she's a 3-year-old, facing older for the second time in her career. Has a big chance here. Only because the American horses in this race are good, but they're not great. And that's how it's been in the past as well. So she has a big chance, and she is in my top 3 once we get to the picks. Number 3 is the first of the American horses, and that is Street of Gold. Edgar Prado will ride for Eric Reed. She's by Street Sense. Third in the Modesty, which is the local prep for the Beverly D. And then she was 5th in Allowance and 4th in the Kirtana before, in her previous 2 races before the Modesty. She's never hit the board in a graded stakes. That being said, she did finish 3rd in the Hatuf. There were 2 divisions of the Hatuf. 4 3-year-old fillies on the surface last year. So she likes Arlington. But I don't think she will have any chance in here. Number 4 is Emollient. Joel Rosario will ride for Belmont. She's by Empire Maker. 9th in the Diana, 2nd in the Gamely, and 3rd in the Double Dog Dare. Was 4th in the filly and mare turf Breeders' Cup weekend. Last year, she won the Spinster, the American Oaks, and Ashland as well last year. So turf wins, synthetic wins. I'm hoping she can rebound a bit here. That Diana, I think, was a little bit weird. In the fact that horses who I think were expected to show up really never did, and horses who were struggling a little bit showed up. And that will actually lead me to my next horse, which is number 5, Stephanie's Kitten. Frankie Dettori rides for Chad Brown. She's by Kitten's Joy, of course, won the 2011 Juvenile Fillies Turf. In her last 3, she was 2nd in the Diana, 5th in the Just a Game, and 8th in the Jenny Wiley. Those are also have been her 3 starts, only 3 starts this year. Won the Just a Game last year to add to her Juvenile Fillies win. After the Just a Game, I thought that time had finally caught up to her. Even in Jenny Wiley, the winner of that race, hard not to like, unfortunately looks like her career is done, and she hasn't worked in a while, I believe. But she lost to Stephanie in the Juvenile Fillies Turf as a 2-year-old. But after the Just Game, it looked like that she did not want to race anymore. And then in her very next race, she runs 2nd in the Diana to another horse who will be in this race. So you can never give up on Stephanie's Kitten, but you just have to wonder exactly how much she has left in her tank. So we'll see. We'll see how she goes here. Number 6 is Tannery. Robbie Alvarado will ride for Alan Goldberg. She's by Dylan Thomas. Unfortunately, her last race was not good at all. She was last in the Diana, 2nd in the New York before that, and she won the Miss Liberty before that. Won the EP Taylor last year. She ran well against Mouse in both the Red Smith and the Sword Dancer. She is a horse who will probably prefer going longer, but even though this year's Arlington Million is not that great, this is the better race. She's kind of in that predicament of being between 1.25 miles and 1.5 miles horse. She's probably more of a 1 3/8 horse than 1.5 miles or 1.25 miles. But going against her own sex should do well here if everything goes according to plan. Number 7 is Latia. She'll be ridden by E.T. Baird, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Armando de la Cerda. She's by City Place. She's a Illinois bred. But she won the Ontario Matron, 3rd in the Lincoln Heritage, and won the Arlington Matron, but all 3 of those races were on synthetic, was 3rd in last year's Modesty, and she followed that up with a 5th in the Beverly D. I don't think she has any chance here. I just feel like that she's not gonna. I mean, she's gonna have to run her heart out to even, I think, get in the top 4. So that's that. See, hold on. I lost count. Darn. Hold on. Second. Let's see. I apologize, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7. Number 8 is I'm Already Sexy. Florent Giroux will ride for Wayne Catalano. And before I go on, great news about Wayne Catalano. Was released from the hospital, and I think he's going to ease himself back into working at the barn. So maybe he'll be there on Saturday, but I'm guessing that he'll just take it easy this week because he just is getting over a very serious illness. I'm Already Sexy is by Reddy's Image. She won the Modesty, was second in the Mid Julep, and sixth in the Churchill Turf Mile. In her last 3, she is a horse who has a very serious chance to win this race. She won a Hatuf division last year, and then she followed that up with a win in the Pucker Up. So Arlington, she loves the surface. She'll be a serious contender here. And has a great chance to surprise a lot of people here. And we'll just have to see how she does. Number 8 is Alterate. And Javier Castellano rides for Chad Brown. She's by Literato or something. I'm not sure if that's French or not, because she is a French bred. 8th in her lone start this year. She was 3rd in the Philly Mare Turf last year, 2nd in the Queen Elizabeth II, and won the Garden City. That 8th really didn't. You have to, based on that, she's going to be up against it. But when you factor in her form from last year, then she has a chance. And I said number 8, I think. I meant number 9. She's going to break from the 9 post, not the 8 post. So I apologize about that. Number 10 is Sparkling Bean. In theory, Jeanette will ride for Johnson Peace. She is by Naif. Yeah, Naif. Second in her last in a 6 race there in France. Won an allowance before that. Last year, she won the Prix Chloe at Chantilly. This is going to be her U.S. debut. I don't know. Just based on who she's been facing in France, I'm unfamiliar with her. So I could be dead wrong. I just think that there's only really one good yearling in this year's race. The Americans, I think, are a bit better here. So we'll have to see. And finally, number 11 is Somali Lemonade. She'll be ridden by Luis Saez, and Michael Matz is our trainer. By Lemon Drop Kid, won the Diana, 3rd in the Just Game, and won the Gallarat in her last 3, won the Pending Memorial last year. She looks to be a horse who has shown in the past a ton of promise, but just hasn't really finished the job, and she might be at a point in her career that she can finish the job. I mean, her stablemate, as I talked about before, Hard Not to Like, won the Jenny Wiley earlier this year, and she also had a ton of promise from her days up in Canada, and then she was moved to the U.S. As a 4-year-old, even though she participated in the Kentucky Oaks. She was still with her Canadian trainer, but she moved to a U.S. trainer. So she's a horse who has a very serious chance to win, as do several others in here. And we'll just have to see. My only concern is that she will go backwards and revert to her form of running up track. I don't think she will. I think she'll be at least fourth, maybe third. I'm not sure if she can win in this race, but she is going to be right there at the end. So that is this year's field for the Beverly D. So it's time for the picks. And first I have I'm Already Sexy. I know the morning line has her as a long shot, but I'm not sure if I'm convinced that Stephanie's Kitten is really all the way back. Somali Lemonade could very well go backwards, just for the fact that she's been in good form. The Europeans might not show up, but I feel like that with all of her experience on the Arlington turf, she's going to pull the upset and win one for the home team. In second, I have Euro Charlene. I feel she is the best of the Europeans that are coming for this race. And the fact that she is a 3-year-old could be helpful because of the tendency lately of 3-year-olds defeating olders in big grade 1 races. Yes, their grade 1s are always big races, but like a high quality race like the Beverly D. I feel like that could possibly happen. And in third, I have Tannery. I can't give up on her. I've been following her for a few years now, and she's just run so well. And whatever happened in the Diana, I have no clue what would happen. And like I did with the Whitney, because my dark horse Moreno won, I'm going to do another dark horse pick, and this time I'm going to pick a horse who has a good chance to win. I'm just not sure they can win, and that's Somali Lemonade. And I'm picking her based on that fact that she has good form recently. With her Diana win and her Gallaret win. And she looks to be finally getting back to being a very nice turf filly. Well, turf mare in her case now. She is 5. But yeah. So once again, I'm picking Amari 60 to win, Girl Charlene for second, and Tannery for third. My dark horse is Somali Lemonade. So that is it for the Beverly D preview. I will be having the Arlington Million preview up shortly. And I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend. There is not going to be a preview on the Alabama, which is also on Saturday. I was thinking about doing it and just realized I'm just not going to have time. But maybe definitely next week for the Travelers, because the field will be drawn, I believe, Tuesday night instead of Wednesday morning, which is good for me. That way I can record Wednesday. Of course, that will be featuring Wicked Strong, Tunnelist, probably Kid Cruz, maybe Bayern, the Haskell winner, of course. See, I'm hoping maybe a couple other horses will show up who were not on the Triple Crown Trail. but we'll say that. So I will be back in a little bit with the Arlington Million preview. So, but for now, bye.